Hello everyone, I have just got back from San Diego Comic-Con. The video you're about to watch are interviews with some of the cast of the show, Alex, Jared, and Jensen. As a quick disclaimer, Misha was at the press room, but he was not brought to the round table where my group was interviewing people, unfortunately, so we didn't get a chance to interview him. I love Misha. I wish we could have interviewed him, but they did pull him from the room before he was able to make it to our table, unfortunately. So I'm sure there's some other great coverage of Misha out there, but just wanted to let you guys know that's why he's not in the video. But I hope you enjoyed this footage of Jared and Jensen and Alex at the Supernatural San Diego Comic-Con press room 2019.
I'm excited about, let me figure out the way to say this without, I am satisfied with the current ending. In all fairness, I think every 14 seasons, the ending that was the idea episode 1 is not what happened episode 22. Yeah. Like even Genevieve, she was going to be in like 4 episodes, and then as it went on and was kind of working, it was like, well, we can actually go this direction, or whatever happened, whatever was working with the show. I don't feel like any ending. What's that great quote? Whether you're religious, man plans, God laughs. So I love the ending. I hope it is how we finish off this series. But it could change. You know, it hasn't been written yet. We only have 6 episodes of 20. What I'm really looking forward to is the boys, doing what they've been doing for a long time. And now their loyalty and their sacrifice is ironically almost even more meaningful, because now they've kind of been told by God, like, hey, it's already written anyways, like, destiny is destiny, you've been rats in a maze. So now if the boys get up and keep fighting, even though God himself said, there's no point in you fighting, I've already written the books, it's almost, they're going up against even more, infinitesimal odds or whatever. So it's to me, it's almost even more brave and courageous, and that's kind of cool.
What do you most want for Sam before the end? One thing that you want for him, and the thing so far that you are proud or that you never expected him to be able to achieve?
What helped me? It's a complex question. No, it's great. What helped Jared selfishly about Sam is that he we're all adult. He had some big fuck ups. Yeah. We've all bumped a car trying to parallel park. He started the apocalypse, but once he was able to shake his head and wake up, he got back after it. You're never really standing still in life. You're either moving forward or backward, in my opinion. And I think Sam figured out the same thing. Like, just because he made a mistake, the biggest of mistakes, didn't mean he couldn't be redeemed, didn't mean he couldn't keep trying to be.
It seems like he's carried a lot of the inability to forgive himself for a long time.
Sure, and I think most of us probably do to some degree as well. But his actions were still, generous and kind and sacrificial and loyal. So I feel like that's something that I really enjoy about Sam. I'd like to see more of it. I don't have any specific. I try not to hope for something for the character. Yeah. I really enjoy bringing the words on the page to life and focusing and staying in that lane. That sounds like a cop-out. I don't mean it to be. So yeah, I just hope I see more of what's inspired Jared. I hope people talk about my hair. I hope it's some version of what I just said about. I hope the legacy of the show for people who get to know it is that you're gonna make mistakes, and it's possibly my favorite saying. I don't know, but pain is mandatory, suffering is optional. The idea that you're gonna go through some shit. It's you trying to fight it that's gonna make you suffer. If you acknowledge that there's going to be some pain in your life, whether it's a loss of a loved one or betrayal or something self-inflicted, it's going to suck. Now what? And that sounds a little brutal. Doesn't mean you can't also deal with it necessarily, but you gotta try and get up and try and always keep fighting. Not to quote myself. But I suppose that's where I'd like it to be. Yeah. Well, I think he's starting to feel. We pick up the season right where we ended. So obviously at first he's trying to stay alive because it's a direct pickup there in the cemetery. But I think once the dust settles as well as it can, I feel like Sam is struggling with the question of is like the nature versus nurture. Is everything predetermined, or can you know, are we rats in a maze, or are we hamsters on a wheel? Like, do I have a choice but to like? If I make a right, does it matter? If I make a left, does it matter? Proverbial right, left. So I feel like Sam's trying to get. I know Sam's going to struggle with. Well, God kind of just told us that He already knows. Like He's been writing books and we've just been doing it, which is kind of a funny parallel to Jared and Jensen playing Sam and Dean. Like they're just writing it, we're just doing it.
Yeah.
But can we make a difference in the process? And I feel like Jared and Jensen feel like even though we've just been saying words on a page, we've still made an impact on others in the process. And I hope Sam and Dean find that as well. But even if it is predetermined, they've still helped others.
Of all the various, getting to see Sam be Lucifer, all the demon blood addicted, and as an actor, having Sam down as a character already, what was most challenging, most interesting about varying him, or which iteration was most interesting for you?
Great question. I really enjoyed Soulless Sam. I really enjoyed it. The most difficult was Lucifer Sam. Because I think my approach to acting is trying to find some parallels with your own experiences. And I can recall being at times when we were studying for an exam or a final or something, just trying to be as rational as possible, and that's kind of how I approached Soulless Sam. Not being without empathy like Soulless Sam was. But, you know, we all have our moments. But Lucifer Sam is like, what do I pull from? Like, how do I be? And so that was probably the most difficult. I love them all. That's been one of the best things about this show is being able to just play it.
Any chance that we will see Genevieve next season?
Any chance? Yes. It's not. She's not yet in the. I mean, I'm going to be really brutally honest here. I want. No. I'm not. I mean, I'm not divulging any information I'm not legally allowed to, because they haven't been waiting. She doesn't have an episode or anything yet. But Jen and I are like, we gotta have Tom and Shep and Odette on the show. They have to be like sitting like in some way, shape, or form. I just like, even if we're sitting in a diner somewhere or something.
That's like it's a background. That's really cute. Like a kid's birthday party. Like crash
there you go, of course.
Birthday party and have literally all of them.
Yeah, even way in the background or something.
Yeah.
You know, my dad played my dad on Gilmore Girls in one scene because they were visiting. My brother and his wife were in the background of Hookman. Tom's baby picture was actually in an episode of Supernatural where it was like a demon child or something. I was like, can it be my son's picture? And they're like, do you want it to be your son's picture? I was like, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like Tom. It looks like a baby. It was just, you know. But yes, there is a possibility, and I'm really trying to make it happen.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Jared.
Have you started shooting anything yet?
Yeah.
Because you're directing episode 4, which is episode 1 in production.
What?
Is that correct? What can you tell us about that? What you've done so far?
Well, we've only done 2 days, so we just started shooting on Thursday. The Thursday, Friday.
You all still have beards. What's going on with that?
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's I don't know what I can say.
Just say it. It's the last year.
Well,
We're never doing this again. Sorry.
Tell me everything.
It's been a really long week. A lot of crying today.
A lot of crying today.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So you had us all going.
We all saw you cry.
I didn't cry.
There was a lot of videotape that might kind of contradict that.
I
Jared
didn't.
really cried.
Jared's a crybaby. Let's be honest.
Please just answer the question.
I remember to email you back.
I didn't have beards. So So we've shot for 2 days. We have not been on camera yet.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm so sorry.
These will be gone tomorrow.
Oh, cool. Are you flying?
Yeah, flying back tonight. He and I both shoot tomorrow.
Okay.
On camera.
What's the episode? Davey Perez writing the episode.
Yeah, Davey's writing or wrote it, and it's a little bit. It's more of a one-off. We deal with the situation at hand for the first 3 episodes. We kind of find a way to get out of our predicament.
Yeah, we just heard that's not the whole season.
Right. No, we're not just surrounded by zombies. There's another show that deals with that. And they deal with it great. So this is a bit of a one-off. We've contained, at least to some degree, this issue, but it's not going to last. But while that's happening, I'm like, hey, we got to get out there. We got to keep our skills sharpened, and we got to do some stuff. So Sam and Dean head out on a hunt.
All 3 of you in this one, or is it just you and Jared?
It's just Jared and I. But then there's some other storylines in the script as well that play into it. Rob Benedict is.
He's in your episode.
In fact, he's been the one that's shooting the last 2 days.
So at the end of last season, we really saw Team Free Will in contradiction with one another over Jack and how to deal with Jack.
Yes.
Fallout of that was Cass and Dean were really on opposite sides.
Yes.
How is that going to...
Yeah, we heard there's going to be some housekeeping about your relationship.
Yeah, that's...
How are they going to deal with that, or are we just not? If there's too much?
They're... they haven't dealt with it yet, and I'm only 4 episodes in, so there's still some friction there.
So bring in the main character.
Yeah. Gosh.
Just casually.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm so sorry. I'm just broken now.
I don't. I don't. That's hard. That's hard.
Thank you.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I think we've.
We both work for Random Acts, by the way. Her and that one and me.
I will say that we have found, well, the people that have found us as a show that they become fans of and a fandom of. We have been so fortunate to have a fandom that is so charitable, and they're vocal, and they're assistant. It's an incredible thing to see, and I think that family is certainly the legacy that we're going to be the most proud of. It's those people that have found each other through the show. I've heard more times than I can count that I met my best friend, on a chat site or something about the show. 2 people
just got married
that met through the show. We do these conventions, and there's people, there's familiar faces, and they become best friends. And I say that these conventions that we do quite often, I'm like they're basically like car shows. Like everybody there has a common interest that is supernatural. And I'm like, I kind of feel like we're the cars that don't get looked at anymore, because now they're all just talking about the cars. But I love that. I love that there's such a love and a love for each other, and it's a really, really cool relationship to be in with a fandom like that. That I'm proud of, and also the tone of what we do. I'm very proud of the tonality of our set. When people come on our set, when we have guest stars, when we have guest directors come on, it is one of the best compliments that we can receive as a cast and crew, that they love the tone of the set, that they feel like it's a very welcome, warm environment, and some place that they can really create and have a good time and want to come back. And more than I can count, we've had people mention that this is the best set they've ever been on, or this is one of the most fun and comfortable sets that they can, remember, and that's a huge compliment for me, because nobody likes to work in a toxic environment.
Yeah.
And I've been on sets like that, and it's just, everybody walking around in eggshells as to not piss off the director or the producer or the actor or actress or whatever it is. It's like nobody wants to work like that. And so Jared and I, we know that when we walk on that set, we're setting a tone. And I'm proud that he and I have put in the effort to make our home a place that everybody's welcome.
From at least what I've been told, just kind of really wrestling with the idea of what is free will, and with God kind of being a little, maybe a little bored right now. I think the boys finally have to reckon with the consequences of everything that have happened to them over the last 15 years.
Jack has gotten to have so many relationships and so much growth, both relationship with Lucifer, with Sam and Dean. As an actor, what has been the favorite facet of this character for you to explore?
I don't know. I guess usually for me, I've just enjoyed being very naive and innocent to the world. That's been a lot of fun, because I'm not like that. So like do that on the show has been kind of just fun to look at that way.
The season ended on a cliffhanger with Jack. Hi, I'm good. Have you read the book yet?
It's in my pile.
I gave him Good Omens because as you
very appropriate for me.
Now you've derailed me.
I'm sorry.
Season finale. You were left on a cliffhanger of kind of like
death,
and the empty entity clearly have work for Jack. What can you tell us about what that work is so far?
So far, I don't actually know.
I know you guys haven't been shooting yet, but
I don't know what the empty has in store for me as of yet. But I'm definitely curious what kind of mission that will propel Jack and how that'll affect the Winchesters along the way.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see him actually meet with the boys on the physical plane again this year?
For the show's purposes, I really hope that I do make it back into the physical world, because shooting in the empty is kind of a logistical nightmare. So, yeah.
As someone who came onto the show later, how do you think your relationship to the ending of it is different, or maybe similar to the people, like both cast and crew have been there since the beginning?
It's not, frankly, because as we all saw it go out, hopefully some of you guys not yet, 15 years of these guys' lives have been dedicated to this show, and they've been on this crazy journey with all these fans. So I keep saying that I got on the last stop before the train got there, but I'm happy to be on the train. But it is definitely going to be something that's been really cool in my life. So to see that end is going to be sad. I mostly just think of the boys and Bob and Jeannie who've been here for so long.
Is there an aspect of Jack that you're hoping to explore in the last season? An aspect of his character you're hoping to see grow?
I was always wanting Jack to go full-blown evil. I don't know if that'll happen or not. My thing has always just been I want to be a catalyst for the and Jack brings out different sides of them, and I have no doubt that in this next season that I'm going to be pushing them towards the end. So,
Was there a particular moment on set or bonding moment with the cast where you really felt I'm part of Supernatural when you were first coming on board?
It's still a weird thing where even walking out today, you're like, oh yeah, I'm on this show. This is crazy. I don't know. Yeah, it's all very very surreal a lot of the time. Most of the time you're just in your kind of what you'd be your 9 to 5 mode. You're like, oh, it's my day job. But then you have crazy moments like this that kind of put it in.
How was the moment using that scene? I'm a Winchester.
It was pretty intense. I had to yell it a bunch of times, I guess. So by take 12, you're like, yeah, I'm a Winchester.
I get it.
We're really doing this. Yeah, it was good. I like the finality of that moment, and that you know, maybe not for me that I'd accepted that I was on the show, but Jack had definitely accepted that he was like a part of the group. So that was nice. I mean, I think everybody on some level wants to belong. So to have Jack like finally belong, I think was a big heart moment for him. You know.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.